Well, joining me now with more is Andy Baehr. He's the head of product at CoinDesk Indices. Andy, thank you so much for joining.
Good morning.
All right, so cryptocurrency back in the spotlight. What is behind this rally?
It was just a year ago where we were about 5 weeks into a rally from the high 20,000s up to about 44,000 on anticipation of spot Bitcoin ETFs launching, many of them right here, right? A year later, Bitcoin hit its first new all-time high. We had it at 1:24 a.m. The night of election day. It was like a dog that really wanted to go for a walk and was scratching at the door. That was at 75,363 on the 10-year-old CoinDesk Bitcoin price index. Since then, the volumes have been great. The inflows into ETFs yesterday, 1.36 billion that CC Data reported, have been really strong. The macro environment with rate cuts combined with inflation expectations provide macroeconomic support. So good flows, good macro factor support, good inflows. It's a great story.
How much conviction is there behind this rally? Do you think it can last?
It definitely has support because we're in an easing cycle, right? Ever since September 18th, we had a long, drawn-out sideways summer from Bitcoin's previous all-time high back on March 13th. A long, painful summer of uncertainty about the election, about Fed policy. We sorted out Fed policy on September 18th. We sorted out the election earlier this week. So all the pieces are in place for really a sustained kind of level of support for the price of Bitcoin.
Andy, for our viewers watching, they're seeing currently on the screen, of course, members of the opening bell ceremony make their way to the trading floor. So we'll be, of course, providing that opening bell podium bell ringing here in just about 12 minutes time. Andy, I want to turn back to our conversation, though, because Bitcoin has been surging, volumes have been strong, as you noted here. But what about breadth across the true crypto sector? Are we seeing it expand beyond just Bitcoin?
That's the most exciting part about the rally over the last couple of days. So oftentimes when things are uncertain, especially the regulatory climate in the United States, the rest of the tokens, the future of finance, smart contract platforms, DeFi protocols, service providers, they tend to sort of be attached to Bitcoin with a rubber band. They really need to know that a rally has legs before they're going to start to participate. In the last 2 days, the CoinDesk 20 index, a broad-based index, was up 15% against Bitcoin's 9 or 10%. Names like Uniswap, Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, all doing better than the benchmark and better than Bitcoin, because this idea of a new regulatory path that will allow projects to launch and use blockchain technology, the hopes for better regulation is giving them quite a lift.
Do you believe that former President Trump is a believer in Bitcoin?
He has made every indication that he has. Even every time that he mentions it, the president-elect is no stranger to getting his name mentioned as a way of remaining relevant and important to people. I think to the extent that he's doing that with Bitcoin, that's great for awareness and adoption. We're still going after those 5%ers, those everyday investors who spend 5% of their time thinking about crypto. We need to educate them, raise their comfort level. Bitcoin is a first great step, but then the whole world of blockchain technology as represented by the digital asset class comes next.
Do we see much correlation between Bitcoin, the crypto world, and the S&P 500?
The correlation, it's a great diversifier. The return profile of Bitcoin is certainly different from that of equities. The risk profile of Bitcoin is certainly different from that of equities. As a store of value in long term with right-tailed return characteristics, there are days when there are risk on and risk off days when things move together, but over time we think it's a great return-shaped diversifier against any other asset class.
Andy Baehr, head of product for CoinDesk Indices. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate it, of course, as these assets are at record highs.
Thank you.